We're back. Okay. So here's just another article. I'm going to call it part two. Why not? So it's another 10 investigates, gets results with reporting year-long public records battles. Grady's giving it to him, man. Grady just wants to slam this guy on the ground, man. Oh yeah, he's got them those hand motions, man. Love Grady. I loves me some Grady Judd. Loves me some Grady Judd. Oh, come on now. Uh-oh. Investigating the investigators. Okay, this is pertinent. It's only 1 year ago, less than a year ago, actually. Again, this is, Hansen versus Predator has nothing to do with what's going on down there. This is just a kind of a look at the potential arguments that would be made and yada, yada, yada. So let's get on with it. Okay, Tampa Bay, Florida. A drawn out struggle. Struggle to obtain public records has started to yield results for 10 investigates. You haters! You haters! As local agencies have started releasing limited records and providing insight regarding how law enforcement conducts controversial predator stings. Yeah, man, TCAP is just still. The waves are still going out, man. It was a nuclear bomb that went off. Records recently obtained by 10 investigates, primarily through the court system. Grady Judd gives no damns. Since law enforcement agencies continue to deny public record requests. Oh my God. Detail the incredible man hours dedicated to the stings, ways some officers violated the rules to boost arrest totals, and even how agencies take valuable property from individuals accused. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've seen that somewhere elsewhere. It might have been when I quick scrolled this just to be sure, this is worth doing. But yeah, man, like I've heard they take the dude's car. Oh my God. Scary. All right. 10 investigates previously reported how many of the men arrested and publicly shamed for, here it is again, made for TV press conferences. If you didn't hear it the first video, I'm telling you again, man, look it up on YouTube. Shit's hilarious. We're not actually looking for children online. Instead, they were looking for other adults when detectives started to groom and convince them to break the law. And while law enforcement leaders have denied any widespread issues with the operations, 10 investigates continues to find evidence in documents those agencies wanted to keep private. That details a pattern of officer misconduct in an effort to boost arrest totals. Oh, man. Following 10 investigates, year-long investigation, it was apparent law enforcement's approach toward the stings had changed. They ran fewer operations, skipped press conferences sometimes, and arrested far fewer men than had become routine. The Department of Justice also launched a review of Central Florida's ICAC. Okay, Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. Okay, ICAC, got it. Wow, so it's a Central Florida thing. Okay. Yet law enforcement agencies have continued to stymie some of 10 investigates questions and record requests, often providing overly broad public record exemptions as an excuse. Update. July 2015. See, this is relevant. This stuff's relevant. After pressure from the legal department of WTSP's parent company, Gannett Tegna, the Polk County Sheriff's Office started turning over emails they previously said didn't exist. Oh, man. I would love to read the chats just to say, damn, damn. A spokesperson said the agency made a mistake and provided 13 emails from two different stings. While the records included significant redactions, it showed detectives responding to legal Craigslist casual casual encounters. Oh God, really? God, I'm so glad I'm not swimming in that world, Love yourself. Just love yourself. That's all. And you won't get caught up in that stuff. Okay. Get back to it. Casual encounters. Ads with a standard, hey, what age you looking for message. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I mean, hey, what age are you looking for? 10 investigates is continuing to analyze the records as they are obtained. records in question. 10 investigates. Was seeking detectives' emails to men who ultimately showed no interest in having sex with underage teens. An open records advocate in Attorney General Pam Bondi's office suggested the records should be public. Wow, that would be cool. However, most of the examples 10 investigates obtained through the judicial system, okay, see, different than the executive. You got your judicial and then your executive. So they said, okay, screw you guys, we'll just go to the court system. Were from men who were ultimately arrested, not the cases where officers unsuccessfully tried to deceive a target. Okay. 10 Investigates was trying to determine whether entrapment techniques were limited to just a few isolated cases or whether they were more widespread. Yet, despite the limited records obtained, 10 Investigates was able to determine a pattern of exaggerations on arrest reports. Whoa! Made by law enforcement officers involved in the stings. Some officers claimed men were looking for children online when there was never any evidence to support that statement. Ouch. But officers would use the claims to pile on additional. Yeah! Yeah, man. I'm telling you, you get pulled over for one thing, it turns into 5 different charges, man, and you're like, oh my God. Not that that's happened to me. Let's get that straight. Uh, Okay, so I'll get back to it. But officers would use claims to pile on additional felony charges, which didn't just serve to publicly shame the accused men, but also allowed law enforcement to seize their property. Two repercussions that, even when some of the men are exonerate, typically burden them socially and financially for the rest of their lives. Okay, yeah. Uh-oh, another link. Sheriff Judd remains secretive on sexting questions. Profiting off predator stings. Oh no. In addition to federal grant dollars. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Used to run the Central Florida thing. 10 investigates found law enforcement agencies frequently there it is, took the vehicles from men arrested and kept them as their own, even when the charges were dropped. Ouch. Ouch. That is, painful. Wow. Imagine if you were making car payments and then they took your car. Oh my God. In November, 10 investigates reported. Okay, I think that's what we just, I think that's what we just read. Or maybe not. Reported how Florida's Contraband Forfeiture Act made it easy for agencies to seize property as their own from anyone accused of committing a felony, even if charges were ultimately never filed. Ooh, dangerous. Motherfucker reason hell. If I get caught, I make bail. Sex stings have become especially rich sources for seizures. Yeah. Since almost every man arrested is accused of traveling to blank and blank and blank and blank to commit a sexual act, even though no real children are ever involved. Well, that's decoyism, of course. What? I mean, what are they going to do? Recruit from middle schools? However, the accusations are felonies, meaning law enforcement can seize suspects' vehicles. God, I wonder if that's what happened in Fort Myers. Oh no. Making it seize vehicles, making it extremely difficult for them to ever get them back without paying thousands of dollars or more in cash. Dr. Wolin, I bring a check, $30,000 to the arresting agency. Oh wow, another article, policing for profit. Oh man. For example, in one January 2014 sting, where the Clearwater Police Department and Pinellas County Sheriff's Office arrested 35 men in a single weekend. Oh my God. CPD, I'm down with the federal CPD, seized 19 cars as their own under Florida's Contraband Forfeiture Act. Wow. 19 cars, man. You could start your own used car lot. Holy shit. Yeah, you definitely have. If you have an online, if you're going to meet your online girlfriend, drive a beater car, man. Drive a piece of shit, or take a rental. Like that one dude at the Petaluma he met at the park. Have a rental car. The two agencies also arrested in excess of 20 men in a similar April sting. Man, maybe Florida is a fucked up place, man. Jeez. Which was after 10 investigates started asking questions about the operation. Stop asking questions, 10 investigates. And 11 more men in a September sting after 10 investigates had aired multiple stories. Okay, so you see the numbers, I guess, are dropping, right? I guess that's what they're saying. Okay, even though the number of men arrested dropped. Okay, thank you. I just said that. Even though the number of men arrested dropped once a spotlight was shined on how they operated, CPD and PCSO were still able to seize 9 vehicles. All the vehicles are safe. Seize 9 vehicles in the April sting and 3 vehicles in the September sting. If suspects are unable to win their vehicles back through civil procedures, the agencies are allowed to keep the vehicles for their own use or sell them at auction for cash. Often, attorneys for the agencies negotiate to sell the vehicles back to the original owners for up to half of the vehicle's estimated value. Oh, man. Imagine you come rolling up in a Corvette, dude. Oh my God, you're done. Clearwater's police chief at the time, Anthony Holloway, is now chief of St. Petersburg's. Damn, that's a weird word. St. Petersburg, okay, police department, but has not yet accepted interview requests for this story. I wonder why. The Polk County Sheriff's Office, which serves as the leader of Central Florida's ICAC task force, has also seized a great deal of property the last few years in predator stings. The agency provided a list of 9 late-model vehicles it was ultimately awarded, as well as several other pending or negotiated cases. Polk County Sheriff's Office also seized $15,000 from a suspect. What? Oh gosh. Negotiating with him to split the proceeds 50% each. The sheriff's office netted basically $8,000 from the seizure. Wow. Okay. Oh, wow, that's an official. If you look at the web address, that's official release. Let's just, have him there ready. What's this? Hold on. Let me pause and get my shit straight. Okay. Um, wow. What were you doing with 16 grand? Oh my God. Similar hauls were noted from predator stings around Florida, including in Osceola County and Lee County. Oh God, I thought that said something cannibalism, Columbia cannibalism. Oh wow, Lauds, 10 investigates reporting. Wow. More entrapments, violations of rules. Many of the cases examined by 10 Investigates involved men who weren't necessarily looking for underage teen, but either posted or responded to ads seeking adults. Okay, well, Sometimes the officers would act as interested adults with a teenage sister who was also a wrench. Well, there you go. That's part of your downfall. Oh, come on, man. Even though many of the men had no interest in the underage decoys, if they traveled to meet the adult, they were arrested as a sexual predator and charged with traveling to meet a minor. Wow. Wow. In the case of a 27-year-old Cape Coral man arrested during the Lee County Sheriff's Office sting this past May, deputies arrested him even though he didn't even travel to meet a child for sex. Whoa. Law enforcement officers responded to the man's legal casual encounters. Oh, God. Craigslist ad. Pretending to be a 14-year-old girl, even though the ad said age for all women. Okay, well, we've seen that one before. Who was it? The dude that said, well, she could be 102, you know. It might have been Marco Worker, or it might have been the other guy. It was in Long Beach. Uh, the man repeatedly told undercover detectives that he was not okay with meeting with an underage girl. But because he didn't immediately end the conversation, he was arrested for utilizing his phone to solicit a blank from a blank. Detectives went to his house and arrested him as a sexual predator. Oh my god. Oh, hold on a second, guys. Let me pause this. Stop. Oh my god. Imagine getting that knock on your door for posting chat log readings. Oh no. Oh, it's the third wave, man. All those videos start coming down. Everybody's channels just just go dark. Prosecutors decided there was insufficient evidence to prosecute on either of the accused charges, yet the accusations and the man's name remain on that sheriff's office online press releases and other media outlets' news stories. Law enforcement officers also frequently broke their own rules and introduced sex to otherwise innocent conversations. Among the victims of detectives ignoring guidelines was a 21-year-old in Pinellas County who responded to a datehookup.com. Oh, God. Is it really that hard to get laid in the modern world? Oh, goodness. Okay, so to an ad posted of an 18-year-old woman. The officer who posted the ad during Operation Home Alone 2. No way! Operation Home Alone 2. Oh no. That is too funny. Oh, I think that's Grady Judd right there. Yeah, look. Look at that. Ah, look at all those predators. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. Operation Cybervigilance. Oh my god, man. The officer wrote, "Are you okay with me being under 18?" The 21-year-old continued the conversation. Ouch. Following more exchanged messages and text messages, the detective later added that, quote, she was about to turn 16, the age of consent in Florida. As the two continued to swap texts, the man said, "I don't want to have sex. Is that okay?" Oh, come on now. That ain't gonna fly. That didn't fly in TCAP. But the detective, who repeatedly rejected the man's interest in a possible relationship, kept pushing sex and threatened to call off their meeting. When the man finally indicated he would have sex, well, police had enough to charge him with numerous felonies. Well, not really convinced me on that one then. I mean, yeah, that's a classic case right there. I'm going back in time now. That's total TCAP, man. We've seen chat logs. We know how it goes. Prosecutors declined to file charges, but the man's name and accusations still appear on at least one local media's website. Whew, man, brutal. A 19-year-old man in Orange County was accused of soliciting the guardian, oh God, of a 13-year-old decoy to arrange sex with her, but the evidence proved differently, as the man was merely responding to an innocuous ad from a 26-year-old woman, which was posted by law enforcement. The detective later tried to convince the man to have sex with the woman's younger sister, even though he showed little interest. According to notes from the prosecutor, this is a tough case because of entrapment issues. The man chatted with what he believed to be a 26-year-old woman for 5 days, and the law enforcement officer suggested sex first on the second day. The defendant said several times he wasn't interested in the 13-year-old, even suggesting he bring a younger teenager boy for the girl. Ooh, that's kind of gross in itself. When the detective kept bringing the teenager into the discussion. The prosecutor, I see purple gloves. I see the purple gloves of doom. Let me see. Yep, the purple gloves of doom. The PGODs. Oh, man. Okay. Kept bringing the teenager into the discussion. The prosecutor also noted the law enforcement officer again suggests illegal sex 2 more times, but the defendant was non-committal. Ultimately, after hundreds of text messages, the man agreed. Come on! There you go. Boom. Boom. You know? The man agreed to sex with both females and was arrested upon arrival. Oh my God. Did he bring cheeseburgers, no pickles? Oh Lord. The state declined to prosecute, but the accusations and man's name remain public record. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. Those purple gloves. The cuffs. Oh man. Oh man, this is oh man, YouTube video too. Oh gracious. Okay, websites used. Man, this is a great article. Court records from Operation Home Alone. Okay, not Home not Operation Home Alone 2, but the original Operation Home Alone. A January sting by the Clearwater Police Department and Pinellas County Sheriff's Office detail 34 websites and apps targeted by law enforcement as potential breeding grounds for child predators. There's no love lost between deputies and sites like Craigslist and Backpage. But the law enforcement plan also included sites like Facebook and Twitter, as well as legal dating and social media sites. Blah, 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 blah. High five. I never heard of that. Tagged. Oh, that just has undertones written all over it right there. Tagged.com. Come on. And speed date. Oh, jeez. In most cases, detectives weren't posting ads of children, yeah, obviously, but ads of adults looking for other adults. They would then later introduce a child into the conversation or switch his or her age to that of a teenager. Well, yeah, it's shifting gears, yeah. And as 10 Investigates previously reported, detectives were frequently reaching out to law abiding men posting law abiding ads on legal dating sites. I wonder if they reached into their pockets and turned them inside out like they did to Maurice Wolin. Oh, man. In Lee County, arrest records indicate detectives responded to one man's ad on the traditional dating site, plentyoffish.com. 10 Investigates has pushed to see other records from law enforcement officers responding to legal dating ads on legal dating sites, but almost every request has been refused. Often, public record exemptions are cited, ranging from active investigation to confidential surveillance techniques. Confidential? Come on. We all know how it goes down. But a Lee County Sheriff's Office spokesperson said records. Hold on a second. Let me publish this. Okay. Oh man, confidential surveillance techniques. But a Lee County Sheriff's Office spokesperson said records from their June sting had already been destroyed by July. Wow, my gosh. Whew, taking away vital resources. 10 Investigates reported this summer how law enforcement agencies were spending tens of thousands of dollars and hundreds of man hours on each sting. Yet the majority of the men arrested were either teenagers or in their early 20s and not considered high risks to children. In fact, some law enforcement officers, excuse me, in fact, some law enforcement officers have told 10 Investigates that federal ICAC guidelines seem to de emphasize undercover stings where there is no probable cause to begin with. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd repeatedly said men seeking children online was a problem in Central Florida, but provided few examples of actual children being approached. New documents, notes obtained from prosecutors trying to establish probable cause in court, further bolster 10 News' initial findings that the stings offered a solution to a supposed widespread problem that didn't actually exist in Central Florida. In 2013, a prosecutor declined to pursue traveler charges against a man caught in an Osceola County sting because the state tried to find evidence that the crime of solicitation of a minor via a computer, the parent, was taking place. There are no known cases. Wow. Okay, solicitation of a minor via computer. There are no known cases. The prosecutor notes the detective asked ICAC affiliate and the FBI and was able to come up with about 5 examples nationwide, none in Central Florida. Another Osceola County prosecutor in the case of a 21-year-old defendant wrote, Biggest concern was entrapment argument because the law enforcement operation was not really addressing ongoing criminal activity. There have been no documented cases in this area of parents being solicited online for sex with their minor children. Yeah, ugh, that would be gross. You can read these documents here and here. Okay, well, we're not going to do that here. Oh man, I can only go for so long. But WTSP chose to redact personal information and case numbers from the documents to protect men who have been exonerated from their crimes. The state also redacted some information in accordance with Florida public records laws. 10 Investigates reported how spending tens of thousands of dollars at a time on these controversial stings could be taken away valuable resources from other areas of cybercrime. In fact, a 2010 audit by the Department of Justice told the Polk County Sheriff's Office that the ICAC task force wasn't responding quickly enough to some high priority cyber tips. From a review of data over the period from March 2009 through March 2010, there were multiple instances when it took the agency 20 to 30 days to review cyber tip data. The agency wrote in a summary letter. Given the amount of federal support in this initiative, the average review time is not meeting the goals of the program. OJJDP strongly recommends that the locality provide additional resources toward the review, referral, investigation of cyber tip data. I've never heard of that. These tips represent crucial information that may lead to the rescue of a child victim. Okay, yeah. More actual crimes being committed as opposed to decoy stings, you know. Records indicate the other issues in the 2010 audit included improving reporting and accounting from the task force. Okay, records of the other issues appear to have been addressed. That's what they're trying to say. Okay. DOJ spokesman tells 10 Investigates it is currently reviewing the millions of dollars in grants. Wow. Awarded to Polk County Sheriff's Office and the Central Florida ICAC Task Force. Uh-oh, what's this? Air Force spending resources too. Wow, what? Another issue exposed by 10 Investigates involved the potential illegal involvement of the Air Force Office of Special... Okay, OSI. Isn't that a TV show? Or is that NCSI? Okay, never mind. Or whatever it is, I don't know. Federal law dating back to Reconstruction. Oh my God, they're quoting the Civil War. Mandates the military may not be used to enforce local laws. Whoa, look at that. That's an interesting little bit of history, man. That's post-Civil War is what they're talking about. Military may not be used to enforce local laws. In some recent cases, an OSA agent working out of MacDill Air Force Base admitted to reaching out to random personal ads online and hoping he might snare a service member. Oh, boo! Boo! Wow. Wow. God, so many links in this article. Jeez. Among the cases profiled by 10 Investigates was that of a man arrested in Pinellas County earlier this year. Okay, now when I say this year, we're talking 2014. December 29th, 2014 was the date of this article. And again, Hansen vs. Predator has nothing to do with what's going on in Florida. The prosecution agreed to drop all sex-related charges in exchange for a plea bargain on one misdemeanor charge of unlawful use of a two-way communications device. What? Wow, a two-way communications device. That's crazy. The defense attorney tells 10 Investigates it was too good of a deal for his client to pass on, but had full confidence a judge would have thrown the case out, especially after a federal court in Seattle issued a similar ruling. Pinellas County Sheriff Bob, I'm not even going to attempt it, said his agency has stopped working with the Air Force OSI on predator stings since 10 Investigates brought it to his attention. He also declined to call a press conference. Oh, and that's him there. Okay. Huh, he's got a different... Sheriff Grady has stars, and he's got, looks like the acronym. Anyway, okay, get back to it. Declined a press conference following Pinellas County's most recent undercover sting in September. a departure from the standard made for TV events agencies typically hold for media outlets at the conclusion of an operation. Oh, final notes. Whew, finally, man. Wow, this is a killer. Prosecutors tell 10 Investigates that even though a number of law enforcement leaders won't participate in the undercover stings anymore, the agencies that are still conducting them are paying more attention to the rules than ever before. State attorneys' offices have worked with law enforcement agencies to make sure the stings are targeting potentially dangerous predators, seeking children and not teenagers who may just be looking for partners close their age. If you have any additional information, oh, I think that's it. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Boom. Boom. Okay. Now let me do a time check.